Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, we are live. Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Liam, and today we have a lot of Manchester United updates for you. This week did start off looking quite quiet, but overnight last night and today, it just seems everything is going on. Let me just adjust my collar before we get into it. So, lots of things to talk about today. Big news potentially being a Casemiro bid. From what I've read today, it looks possibly quite likely that the Brazilian could be leaving Manchester United as early as this summer. We could be losing Casemiro. How do you feel about that? Also, Mbeumo. We know that Manchester United have now submitted their second bid to Brentford. A bid has been put in. This will hopefully not drag on too much longer, but there are delays expected. It's also 2 weeks to go until the start of pre-season. Time is flying. We have set the asking price for Garnacho. So some news on that and what Manchester United are actually asking for, which personally I think is insane. I'm going to sneeze again. Every time I start, a sneeze just starts brewing. I know I got hay fever, but why is it whenever I press record, a sneeze just appears? It's like I'm allergic to live videos. Rashford has put out an update in regards to his Barcelona move as well, so we will be talking about that. And he's actually quite optimistic about it, which, who knows. There's also a little update in regards to a potential swap with Chelsea for a player. The Sancho update, an Anthony update, and a big Gyokeres update, which has come out today from Fabrizio. So we will start off with what I class as the big news, Casemiro. Let me just check my notes. So it is the Saudi League who are back in for Casemiro again. Reports today coming out of Saudi are saying that Al Nassr are closing in on signing Casemiro, with negotiations apparently now at an advanced stage. So these reports, I think, have started off quite similar to the Bruno reports, if you remember the Bruno Al Hilal news. There was another report today from Nico Schöner that popped up saying Casemiro has received $1 million offer from a Saudi club and may leave Manchester United this summer. So again, there's no actual reports as to what fee has been offered or anything like that. However, it is being reported that Manchester United will probably be offered 15 million for the player and his services. I mean, I'm a bit on the fence with this one. I've seen a lot of people say 15 million is not enough. But then other people are saying with the amount of wages that we're saving, 15 million is a bonus. So it depends which side of the fence you sit on, I guess. Manchester United would obviously be losing a very professional player. He's a very big character who is liked and respected in the dressing room. I think he's the type of player you want to have around for younger players. He's won everything, hasn't he? He's done it at every single level. He's a good player to have in the squad. Our midfield could be considered quite thin at the moment. But again, Mainu's hopefully going to be signing a new contract soon. So if he does and we do lose Casemiro, I mean, the money that we're going to be freeing up can be used to help us a long way into the future. He is 33, I believe, at the moment, and he's got 1 year left on his contract. So, I mean, I don't think, personally, we can demand like 25 to 35 million as a fee. I think around the 15 to 20 mark is going to be fair. It's also being reported that by selling him this summer, Manchester United could save anywhere between 25 and 35 million pound over the next year. So just by selling him, we could save potentially 30 million pound in wages. Like I said, he's 33. He's got 1 year left on his contract. If an offer comes in, I feel personally we need to say yes. Fabrizio has previously commented on this. he has said that Casemiro is open to leaving Manchester United and he would be up for a Saudi move. So I feel if we do get him off the books, it would free up huge amounts of money. Not also forgetting that people like Casemiro and Sancho are pre-Ineos. So they were the ones who came in on huge wages that doesn't fit into our current structure. So by getting him off the books as well would be a bonus. If we can get rid of him and Sancho this summer, we'll be in a very good position. Not forgetting, obviously, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho. So that's 5 potential players who we could get rid of this summer and free up a lot of money. Not to mention the money that we'd be receiving as fees, but getting their wages off the books would help massively. And yeah, if we can get rid of those 5 players, so Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho and Casemiro, our finances would look totally different. We still wouldn't be, where we need to be, but we'd be a lot closer. So yeah, I would be happy that obviously, he's been a good servant for a while we've had him. A lot of the players respect him. He's won it at every level. And in the Europa League, I think he did exceptionally well last season. But, I mean, like I said earlier, there's less than 2 weeks to go for the start of a pre-season. If we can get rid of him, especially now, so we've got time to bring new people in, I'm all for it. Speaking of bringing new people in, there has been an update on Mbeumo. Yesterday, or today actually, we put a video up advising that a second bid has gone into Brentford. But today it's come out saying that Manchester United are hopeful that they can get Mbeumo over the line before the US tour, which is 4 weeks away. So we know pre-season starts in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that we've got our US tour. And we're not aiming for the start of pre-season in 2 weeks' time. Apparently we're aiming for 4 weeks for Mbeumo, which is when the tour starts. But we know Manchester United have hit the 60 million mark, which Brentford wanted. I think a lot of the prices are being compared to Cunha. But now it's down to Manchester United saying how the 60 million is going to be paid. Whether it's going to be X amount up front, installments, add-ons. And potentially this is the bit that could cause additional delays. It's already been delayed quite a lot from when we had the first offer in to now where we've gone with a second offer. But because it's between club to club now, it's impossible to say. I mean, Brentford are going to tell us what they expect. Man United are going to tell Brentford what we can do. We've got a lot on our side because obviously the player said he only wants Manchester United. So once a player says, they only want your club, it becomes more of a case of when as opposed to if. So I am still confident he'll get over the line. I'm just hoping it doesn't drag out too long because, especially if we're playing him in a slightly different position, if we start putting him as a wing-back, I would like him there for all of pre-season just so he can get to know the team, how we're going to play. I feel the sooner the better in regards to getting him at Manchester United. We also mentioned Garnacho at the start of this video. His asking price has been announced. Manchester United have informed everyone interested in Garnacho that they want £70 million for the winger. This has been reported by Laurie Whitwell at The Athletic. He has been sharing pictures, Garnacho obviously in the Villa kit. He's called out Amarin when the Europa League final happened. I just don't think these are actions that we can then go and demand 70 million for somebody. I feel 70 is just not going to be done. I think clubs, are going to look into it and be like, we're interested in Garnacho. We're going to be like, okay, we want 70. They're going to be like, well, he's called out your manager. He doesn't agree with your tactics. He's kicked off. He's shared multiple things online. We got a picture of him in a Villa kit. We'll give you 35. And then we'll go, no, we want 70. And we'll drag it out. And then as the window's about to close, a couple of days before, we'll be like, okay, have you still got that 35? And we'll sell him for 35 or 40. What I don't think would be a bad shout for Man United is if we hold out, if we say 35 up front, and then we try and take it as high as we can with potentially add-ons or anything else to boost the price up. Maybe we can get closer to 70 that way. But at the moment, with the situation, I mean, other clubs are seeing how he's been acting. They're going to see the response he's been getting from fans. They know he needs to leave. So no one's going to come up with 70 million and say, here you go, here's 70, give us Garnacho. I mean, I think at the moment we just take what we can. We get him out of a club as soon as possible. and we just move on. Like, it's been done. There's no future there. He's going to go. We just can't have more delays. We need money in now. We need to get that money so we can spend it. We can't be going back and forth with no intention of selling him for a lower price. Let's just reduce our price and get rid of him. Speaking of someone else leaving the club, Marcus Rashford doesn't feel his Barcelona move is off. Something else coming from Laurie Whitwell at The Athletic. He has said Marcus Rashford believes Barcelona interest in Nico Williams does not rule out a move for him because he has talked up the prospect of playing as a number 9. Talks about a deal have occurred, but his future may not be decided until later. Currently, United are considering, not only considering a sale. Sorry, I'll say that again. Currently, United are only considering a sale, although a loan could happen closer to deadline day. Again, we're not selling Rashford on a permanent deal. The fact that we've said we're only considering permanent deal. However, a loan could happen closer to deadline day. So again, we're adamant Rashford has to go. We want to get rid of him. We don't want to loan him, but we want him out of a team. And we know that nobody is going to pay for him with a good fee and his wages. So we have said again, he can go out on loan. And my problem is with Rashford and Garnacho, they're both going to drag out. So when we go on tour, every press conference is going to be, how's Rashford doing? How's Garnacho doing? And if they come on tour with us, we're going to get people being like, oh, he's got a second chance. He's going to be in the team. When realistically, we want them both gone. We just can't get rid of them. So again, I don't think we're going to leave them at Carrington. I think if we go on tour, they're going to be part of it. They're going to play. And I think it's just going to send a false message. Amorim has said they have no future in the club. He doesn't want them there. And he wants them to move on. But can we potentially go on tour leaving the likes of Rashford and Garnacho at home? That's what I don't see happening. I think they will both leave this summer. But I think it will be a couple of days before the window closes. It will be a last-ditch attempt of getting some money. And then it'll be too late to even spend the money. So not only are we going to have them there all summer until the season starts or until the window closes, they might both still be there for the Arsenal game. I just think they need to be as far away from the team as possible. It's obvious they're going. They both want to go. Why are we dragging this out? Let's just sell them now. Get rid of them. Get some money in. Even if it's less money than what we want. Just get rid of them. Like, the time that we get new players in will be worth it tenfold in the long run. And we don't want people in the team who don't want to be in the team. So why are we keeping them there? Why are we dragging them along? I just think the likes of Garnacho and Rashford, get rid of them now. Get some money in. And we can progress as a team. We want new players in for pre-season. We've got 2 weeks to go for pre-season. And then we've got another 2 weeks until the US tour. Why are we taking people on tour who have no plans for our future? If they're not going to be playing against Arsenal on the first game of the season, why are we wasting time with them? It makes absolutely no sense. If we don't have the players in who are going to be the starting 11 for Arsenal, we need to get them in. We need to tweak those players. They need to be confident. They need to be comfortable playing in the team. They need to be part of a project. And unless we go for Gyokeres, it's going to be new to them. Gyokeres is obviously very aware of it. He knows how we play. But anyone else, there's going to take time. They're going to need to gel. They're going to need to learn how to play with the players. We need to get people in now. We do have a Gyokeres update as well. Just before that, in terms of players that we've currently got, Sancho to Fenerbahce is heating up. Hopefully they take a punt on him. Hopefully we can get him gone as well. That's another player off the books. I mentioned a potential Chelsea swap. It came out yesterday that apparently Chelsea are inquiring about a Garnacho for Nkunku swap. Personally, I'll take it because I just want to get rid of Garnacho. And if we get a player in, it's one less player we need to backfill. Will he work in Amorim's system? Who knows? I don't even think it's about whether he would work. It's about whether he would try to work. Can he adapt? That's what we need to see. Anthony, Real Betis is still his preferred destination, but there's no money being offered there right now. The one thing I don't want is going on tour with all these players and then just our tour becomes overshadowed by players we're trying to get rid of but can't. I just do not want that. But yeah, the last thing I want to say before we finish this video, Fabrizio Romano has shared a post today about Gyokeres, and he has basically said Victor Gyokeres has informed Sporting about his decision to leave personally, so they have had a conversation face to face. He has no interest to play for the club anymore. He wants a new chapter and feels heartbroken after exit pact is not being honoured. He is not expected to return to training. So effectively what they're saying is Victor Gyokeres is now officially on strike. He has told Sporting that's it. He's not going to go back in 2 weeks when pre-season starts. He's basically said he's done. He says he feels heartbroken, probably partly because he left, because we saw him at the end of the season with the trophies and biting his medals and stuff, and he looked like he was on a massive high. Now he's going to be leaving the club. The exit pact that he thought to be in place isn't going to be honoured. So he's basically throwing his toes out of a pram, not in a Garnacho or Rashford kind of way, but I mean, it is different because this is more about morals, I guess. And if something was agreed, and if you're certain it was agreed, then you have to push for that. Again, I don't know where this leaves us. Apparently talks are still ongoing between him and Arsenal. I'm still hoping they put money out for Sesko. I just want him to join Arsenal right now, so Gyokeres could potentially be left looking for a move, and then we can come in saying we still want you. Where will he end up? I don't know. The one thing we do know, and I think the only thing that we know at the moment, is that he is leaving Sporting. That has been made very clear. Where will he go? Who is going to sign Gyokeres? Hopefully it's Manchester United. But again, who knows? So just a quick recap on today's news. Casemiro. Apparently £1 million bid. Not £1 million bid, but £1 million offer. It doesn't mean it's 1 million, but it means it's going to be like a life-changing offer that potentially you wouldn't want to turn down. Has been made from Al Nassr. Could we see Casemiro and Ronaldo link up next season? Could be very interesting if we can. Garnacho's price has been revealed at 70 million, which is what Manchester United are telling people we want for him. Rashford's still confident on a move to Barca, even if they sign Nico Williams. He's happy to play a number 9 and thinks the two can work together. He's also said he's excited about potentially playing with Lamine Yamal. He said he wants to play with the best players in the world, so if it can happen, let's make it happen. What else did we talk about? Gyokeres telling Sporting he's on strike. Mbeumo, slight delays expected as club-to-club talks start over add-ons and installments. And that is pretty much it. I do feel there's been a lot happening at the moment. So last night there was a lot of news. Today there's been a lot of news. So I might go live again later if anything else breaks. But as always, subscribe to the channel just so when I do throw little videos up, you can get quick updates. Thank you for watching, guys. Comment below, let me know your thoughts. Let me know which piece of news that we've discussed today you're most excited about. And I've been Liam. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.